We were just looking at, Amit, a list of PSUs and the kind of fall that they've had from their 52-week highs. And I'm just talking about banks in specific. From a Union Bank, which has fallen more than 36%, to Punjab National Bank, which is 33.5%. Even SBI, for that matter, has had a fall of nearly about 13.5% from its 52-week peaks. Ex-banks, of course, the list is even more painful. I mean, you've got a Mishra Dhatu, 38% fall, New India Assurance, IRFC, ITI, MMTC, MRPL. 49% is the kind of fall that some of these stocks also have had. Once the correction in the market seems to be over, would you be a buyer in any of the PSUs and ex-defense and railways?
Yeah, I think it's difficult to paint all PSUs in the same color. I think what is happening is a realignment of the valuations. PSUs had a fabulous run over the last 12 to 15 months, and while we are quoting the declines that we have seen in the prices, remember some of these names have quadrupled, tripled in the last 12 to 18 months. So it's par for the course to have those kind of correctives. Also, let us not forget that some of these PSUs were now quoting at valuations which were at par with the best in class, even private sector banks. For example, banks that you highlighted, some of the PSU banks were now quoting at price to books of 1.2, 1.3 for ROAs, which was still sub 1. And FY24 earnings were guided significantly by the write backs, which I highlighted. But the credit cost normalization for 25 and possible elevation for 26 is leading to a reality check in the market, and therefore these corrections are playing out. For the other sectors, other than the banks, I think the valuations were pretty rich and priced to perfection. So the case to build up further returns was becoming a challenge, and we've been holding this view since Q1 earnings. It's just that it has taken its own sweet time to show up in terms of the market realizing that these are pretty elevated valuations, and therefore the corrections are now taking place. But our view on PSU banks, even from Q1, has been more of caution and of the assumption that best of the valuations are in the price, and therefore one needs to be a little bit more careful in terms of allocations to PSU stocks at particular and banks, so to say.